The rapture is not as we see it. What if? The rapture is final judgment, right here on earth. Look at that in the mirror. And don't skip this. You need this. For centuries, many have pictured the rapture as a dramatic escape, believers vanishing into the sky while the world burns below. But what if that picture misses the deeper truth? What if the New Testament, built as metaphor upon the Old, is pointing to something far more urgent and grounded? Look at the pattern in Scripture. Joseph was betrayed, sold into slavery, and imprisoned, yet rose to save nations. Moses fled as a murderer and wandered 40 years in the desert, yet returned to free an entire people. David was hunted like an animal, yet became Israel's greatest king. The crucifixion looked like total defeat, yet it became the greatest victory over sin and death. Time after time, what looked like the end was actually the necessary path to something greater. The rapture as final judgment. The rapture is not primarily about believers being physically taken away before the trouble starts. It is the final judgment of sin, the moment when evil is fully exposed, confronted, and removed from power. The 1/3 of the earth perishing is not necessarily literal cosmic destruction. It is corruption reaching a critical threshold, where 1/3 of our systems, morality, and structures have become so poisoned they can no longer sustain life. This is happening now, amid the wars, the sorrows, and the growing machine-like control we see every day. Every knee shall bow is not about forced kneeling. It is the moment when enough people finally recognize that evil should not rule, a spiritual and societal awakening where truth becomes undeniable. If we confront and defeat this growing evil while there is still time, we earn a period of peace. If not, total destruction follows. We are living in the critical window. We are not spectators. We are active participants in this final accounting. The machine, that modern Tower of Babel built on unaccountable power, lies, and spiritual deception, is the very thing we must confront and carve out from the inside. This is why the News Accountability Act of 2026 matters. It is real, earthly action, forcing transparency, accountability, and correction so the machine can no longer hide behind entertainment purposes only. The rapture, in this understanding, is not an escape hatch. It is the moment of final separation between what can be redeemed and what must be cast down. The good news? We still have time to act. The bad news? That window is closing fast. The choice is not in the clouds. It is right here on the ground. The rapture is not as we see it. It is what we help bring about by confronting evil while it can still be confronted. What will you choose? True good or true evil?